shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Dan, what are you hearing about the future of Jason Garrett in Dallas?
Yeah, first, I just want to say, you could tell Orlovsky the Eagles are only using 10 guys this week, and he would still tell you why they're going to win the game because of how great the quarterback is. So, man, it's all in. Never have 17 points been more over-celebrated on a Monday morning. However, when we talk about the Cowboys, it's the same as it's been all year. Before the season started, Jake?
I'm just saying that because Dan is looking at how the offense played for the Cowboys. That's why the 17 points look like it's a big deal, because how stale their offense was. That's why. Like how Dallas been playing lately haven't been right. They up and down. They had a good game against the Rams. Then they come play Philadelphia for the crown, and then they didn't show up. They played flat-footed. They came in there not ready to go. That's why it looked like it's 17 points look so good, because that offense ain't show up. All they did was kick field goals. I said that. Field goals are not going to win the games. You got to at least put some touchdowns on the board. Like, kicking the field, that's it. Like, you down, go for it. You went for it one time, why not go for it again? It's like he don't have them ready to go on certain games. It's like it's nothing there no more.
Jason Garrett had to make a deep playoff run in order to save his job. That's still true, and mathematically, it's still possible. So if they were to win and the Eagles were to lose Sunday, then obviously they're not going to get rid of Jason Garrett in a week where they're preparing to play a playoff game. If those things don't happen, I would think you would expect the Cowboys to make a change at head coach, possibly as early as next week, moving out Garrett and starting to interview people. But it's amazing how consistent this story has been since August, and it's still where it stood back then, except their record is terrible.
Dan, if they make a change, the Cowboys, who would they go to?
Well, that's the thing. We've heard, Urban Meyer connected as a person of interest there and other places, and it's possible they would explore that. College ranks include Matt Rule at Baylor, who's a guy that I think a number of teams are interested in talking to. You look around the landscape at the Mike McCarthy, Ron Rivera types who have some experience, could fit there. It's a unique job. Whoever goes there, and we've talked about...
Is Jerry Jones willing to let these coaches put their own staff together? Is he willing to let them run their team and willing to coach them up how he wanted? Or Jerry Jones going to want him to do it his way? That's why Jason Garrett been there, because he know he can do it his way with Jason Garrett as the head coach. But it's going to be at some time that you're going to have to move on and start holding your team back and get a new voice in there.
This as well has to understand what the landscape is, how Jerry Jones is going to be out talking on the radio all the time and talking to media after games, and you're going to want to just be the coach and not have to necessarily have the personnel control some of these guys might want to have. So it'll be interesting to watch. It should be, like I said, a unique opening.
Thanks, Dan Graziano, for joining us, and also thanks for the Dan on Dan crime there.
Yeah, Graziano, I know where you live, so be very careful.
And quite near each other, actually, for that matter. All right, so he threw a bunch of names in there that I find really interesting, and the first one he said is Matt Rule. Now, Matt Rule is a guy who was up for some NFL coaching jobs a year ago, and the Jets wouldn't let him pick his own staff, otherwise he would have been the head coach of the Jets now.
That's the same thing. If y'all owners gonna let these coaches be coaches, we got the Redskins, owner GMs, they call it challenge plays. They don't let their coaches challenge. The GM challenge plays for them. They don't allow the coaches to do that. The Jets, why would y'all not let Matt Rule get his own coaching staff? Why y'all not just letting these coaches be coaches? These owners, I understand, is your team. I understand GMs, y'all the head in charge, right by side of owners, but y'all gotta let these coaches do them. That's the only way these players gonna know who in charge, and that's the head coach. He's coaching. You just be an owner, you just be a GM, and stop trying to enforce so much. Like, how y'all gonna wanna win, but y'all not allowing these coaches to do anything? Like the Jets, you not letting him pick his own staff. Washington, y'all not letting the coach challenge plays, y'all do it? Why not let the coaches do that? Jerry Jones, you don't need to speak to media, let the coach do that. Sit back and just be an owner. Who willing to take that job and take on that? Who willing to accept that if they take the job with Jerry Jones?
He did a really good job at Baylor this year, and in a recent interview, I liked what he said. He was like, look, I don't rule things out. He's not one of these phonies. So Matt Rule becomes a pretty intriguing possibility along with Lincoln Riley and Urban Meyer. Of those three college guys, do you see one of those guys wanting that job?
I think Matt Rule would probably be the highest of the list of wanting it for themselves. I would actually say that Lincoln Riley still probably isn't really considering it as much as people want him to. I mean, everyone wants to put Lincoln Riley on the Cowboys, and he just doesn't seem to me like a guy that wants to do that. I think he enjoys the college game, and I think he's still chasing that elusive national championship, which seems...
That's why. He love where he at. He love coaching Oklahoma. He's still trying to win a national championship for them. Like, he know he probably can be a head coach at the next level, but his mind is on Oklahoma. He love where he at right now. His mind is focused on bringing a national championship back to Oklahoma.
Be incredibly difficult to get. And then Urban Meyer, to me, Greeny, is such a wild card. I don't think it's realistic right now. I just think Urban's kind of listening to some of this. And Dan, he has the flexibility to listen right now. He's not doing anything else except broadcasting. He's not actually coaching. But I do think Matt Rule might be legitimately interested, and I think his personality fits well in the NFL with NFL players.
Yeah, I've long said if I was going to make a call to a college coach, the first call would be to Matt Rule. I've said that for about 2 years now. The second call would be to Lincoln Riley. And I know that we want to peg Lincoln Riley in there, but there is also some reasons. I believe he's from that area in some way, grew up a huge Cowboys fan. And I do like chasing that national championship. How likely are you to go get it at Oklahoma with all the teams that you have to play in the college football playoff? And the fact that I think this has been his best coaching year. I think that he has shown to be more than just an offensive mind. He has shown to have adaptability. He has shown to be able to be flexible. He's shown incredible leadership to get this football.
It's all up to Jerry Jones. That's what everyone's looking at. And he gonna let us take care of everything on the field, or he gonna do the same thing he doing while he got Jason Garrett as his head coach. That's all everyone looking at. That's what everyone worried about. That's why Urban Meyer is not going to fit that job, because he's not going to put up with that. He wants full control of that team so he can do it how he wants. Why you think Jimmy Johnson, why you think he was gone? Jerry Jones ain't having that. He wanted his way. That's why he left in the early 90s, and you think Urban Meyer is the same way. You think Jerry Jones will allow another Jimmy Johnson type like coach come in there and try to rule everything? No. Jerry Jones will want everything his way. So you going to be like Jason Garrett, who willing to be that way. Jason Garrett the only one put up with that stuff.
Team back to the college football playoff. Also different type of offenses. We saw one offense with Baker Mayfield. Then we saw another offense with Kyler Murray, and we've seen a totally different offense with Jalen Hurts. So there is the X's and O's mind there, as well as I do think that Lincoln Riley has taken a step forward in the ability to be the leader of an organization. And when your potential dream job presents itself, I think that's going to be very difficult to say no to.
What do you think, D-Wood?
Well, I've been on the Matt Rule train. I was hyping Matt Rule for the Jets job, last year because the one thing about Matt Rule, he's a program builder. That's the one thing. He did it at Temple, turned him around quick, went to Baylor, and Baylor basically brought him from the brink of death to playing in the Big 12 championship game. So this guy knows how to build.
He know how. He just want to know if the owner gonna allow him to bring in his own staff. That's probably playing in the back of his mind. It's like, if they gonna allow me to do me on the field and let me build this team up, Like, if he do take that head coaching job, he inherited a good team. He just need to get the best out of these players. Like, you have the star quality on that field. Your linebacker, Vander Rush, Smith, you got Crawford, you got Quinn, you got you got all the tight defensive good players. Lawrence, you got Prescott. He can get the best out of that Prescott. You get the best out of Ezekiel Elliott, Warren Cooper, Gallup, Cobb, if they bring him back. Like, he inherited a good team. It's all about the right coach. Can they coach them up? If they gonna allow him to do what he want to do, if they gonna allow him to bring his staff, if they gonna allow him to build his team up and get the best out of these players.
Programs.
And a caveat with the Cowboys is, again, Dak Prescott has had his best year ever. And so if you decide to move on from Jason Garrett, do you keep Kellen Moore and John Kitna, who have had tremendous impact on Dak Prescott? Like, how does it all work out? Because the head coach you hired, does he want to keep those two guys to run his offense?
And oh, by the way, not mentioned practically in any of that is Urban Meyer, overwhelmingly the most successful of the group that we're talking about.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the